Hey there, folks. Welcome to another episode of Worth Collecting. Today we shall be playing Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. So, this is my copy right here. So, this game is very interesting because a lot of games that came out in this particular era, this is the GameCube era, were ported to multiple systems over time. But this is a Nintendo property, and Nintendo has a tendency to hold on to their stuff and not let other systems produce it. And for whatever reason, this game never made it to the Wii or the Wii U or the Switch. I'm not sure why. It's considered to be one of the best horror games ever made. I did a brief piece on this in a Halloween feature I did last year. It was a series I was doing called If You Haven't, You Should. And it was like 5 horror games that if you hadn't played, you should give a try. And unfortunately at the time, the controller that I had, a GameCube controller, I had just collected the GameCube probably a month or so before I found a guy who was selling his. It looked to be in pretty good shape. And then almost right after that, I stumbled upon a copy of Eternal Darkness. Now, this game runs about $80 loose, complete in box. It gets up to like $100, $200, depending on who you talk to. And then, of course, graded or factory sealed, even more so. Again, I have the box. I do not have the book, so mine's not complete. So mine probably, the amount I paid for it was in the loose category, so I felt happy with my purchase. It's got some mild scratches on it, but it plays. When I got it home, I cleaned it a little bit, and it doesn't skip quite as much. But what makes this game so interesting, and why I was mad, I'm just now getting to play it a year later, because I tried taking apart the GameCube controller and fixing it. Did not work for me. They are very hard to get apart, very hard to get back together. I watched several videos. The parts you just got to get them in there just right. And it had really bad drift, and some of the buttons just didn't work. So I wasn't able to actually sit down and play the game for a length of time and get, to actually enjoy it. And it's one of those games that you have to play for a while to enjoy, because Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Nintendo patented an idea called the sanity meter. And as you play through the game, your character slowly loses their mind. You can recover the sanity, but it does tricks to things to mess with you as you're playing with it, like making you think you deleted your save game information, or it adjusts the volume of the gameplay, so you think your volume's gone down. So just things to mess with you. And the patent on the quote-unquote sanity meter that Nintendo had just ran out about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Now, lots of other games have things like sanity meters. If you've ever played Amnesia, some of them are hidden from you. You don't actually see them, like in Haunting Ground, another game I did a video on. But it affects how your character acts. The oldest video game I could find that had a concept of a sanity meter was La Place Nomade, which I think translates to House of the Demon or Demon's House, or I don't know. But anyway, that came out in '87 and then was re-released for the Super Nintendo in Japan, not here. You have to find a port in '95. And it was an RPG where you wander around a town that is very similar to Arkham, Massachusetts, and take pictures of ghosts, and there's a magic bar, and how many times you use certain spells and whatnot affects that bar, and that was kind of like the sanity bar of that game. So, basically, you know how this goes. I'm going to play the game for about an hour, and then I'm going to give you a review of it. Of course, I'll edit the video down, so you're not watching an hour of me playing the game. If you are interested in watching me play the game for long periods, I might do a long play video on this one because I think it's going to be interesting. So that's something I might do in the future. But this is just a quick review to let you know, is it worth collecting? So, here we go. When I first got it, it was skipping pretty bad here. But cleaning it up a little bit seems to have fixed that. I also cleaned the lens on the GameCube. I do find it annoying in games like this where you can't skip the intro, because if you're on your second or third or fourth playthrough, it's frustrating. So that's always a mark in disfavor. Although this is a pretty cool intro, even though it's older graphics, GameCube, that's what, PlayStation 2 era. I judge everything about PlayStation because I am a Sony guy, so it is what it is. But that's cool. It's flesh, and maybe it's a book bound in flesh, like Necronomicon. But right off the bat, it starts to kind of get you.
Their attention turns to my granddaughter, for she is the last of
In the spooky mood. A
and the last hope.
little dark, but that's because there's. Whee! And I'm about to run out of ammo. I'm out of ammo. Oh no! I'm locked in here. Graphics aren't bad. Little blocky, but again, GameCube era, PlayStation 2 era, all the games were blocky then.
None of that makes sense. There's no sign of intrusion, and there was certainly a lot of force.
No dental records because there's no head. Can you check fingerprints? I've never seen any of this in all the years on the force trope. And everybody say hello to my co-host Brownie, joining us today. Are you done eating, Brown? You want to sit down? Yes. Alright. Shocked by her grandfather's mysterious death and frustrated at the incompetence of the local police, you can use the control to go slow. Hold down the L button, lets you run. And hold the green button to sneak if you don't want to use the analog part of it. B button examines. I mean, right off the bat, you can see similarities between this and Resident Evil. I mean, you got the twin staircase right in the front. There's a door over to the right. I bet you there's some doors back behind the staircase. I mean, the mansion is set up almost exactly like the mansion in Resident Evil. There a typewriter right here? No. But from a distance, it looked like there was. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because I love Resident Evil. I mean, honestly, back in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, I was always looking for games that would play like Resident Evil. That was a major selling factor. So you can walk around, investigate things. The dresser key. Alright. Let's go find a dresser. Probably upstairs. We're going to exploring down here. I can punch with the A button. Alright, so that door's locked. But this door? Nope, this door opens. Alright, we have a library. Whoa, the library's bigger than I thought. We were witches. Oh, we have an observatory. Alright, I need a sword to open that. Got a piano. We've explored the downstairs. We found a key. We found a telescope room, a piano room, a kitchen, a door with a sword that needs a sword to open. Alright, we got a secret passageway behind that bookshelf. Simple puzzle. Everything pointed at 3:33 for that clock. It's when he died. His secret study. Yes. I know you want me to go straight to that book. Can I use that to open the door in the kitchen? We shall see. Yes.
Behind. Now has purpose, for I have learned the frailty.
Alright. So now I am a different character in a different time setting. I have the Gladius. Got a ladder, that'll take me deeper. Yes, I should climb the ladder. Uh-oh, skeleton. It's decapitated. That doesn't mean it's dead. Oh, some sort of item. Decapitation. You have no head. You have no head. Now you don't have an arm. So you can target the different body parts, and then you have like finishing moves. I think finishing them, from what I read, will help refill your sanity meter, which I don't even have a sanity meter yet. That's great. Combat's actually kind of fun. It's not super fast, but it is action oriented. You do have to do a little bit of thought. I think later, as the monsters get harder, they respawn or regenerate. That's nifty. That looks like the same symbol I saw in that kitchen earlier. Now I have 2 granite blocks. Can I put a different granite block on here? Nope. It's a good thought on my part, though. I think. Oh, that's annoying. Let's try that again. So if they don't have heads, they can't find you. It makes combat a lot easier. If they don't have arms, they can't attack you. I have 3 granite blocks, each with a different symbol. That's going to be a puzzle here in a second. We like puzzles. Don't forget to finish the enemies. Ooh. That came close. No arms for you. No arms at all. So if you take off the head and both arms, they just go down. Ladder. Alright. Deeper, deeper we go. Deeper, deeper. Oh, he hit me. That's locked. They have the camera set up so you can be ambushed. I only have 3 blocks. Felt like there was one more. Where'd he go? There he is. First puzzle. Sort of. Alright, we have all our blocks. Let's go put them where they go. I'll be a monkey's uncle. Anything else in here? How long can I run before I get tired? He can run a lot farther than she could. Alright. New enemies spawn? No? Alright. Alright, got a statue. Is he going to come to life and attack me? Am I going to need to turn him to open the door? How's this work? Alright. The tutorial will teach you how to attack, if you hadn't figured it out already. Alright, what we got over here? Let's not push the button yet. Let's have a look around first. That's probably a door. Or that powers up this teleportation pad. The bracer's hanging from the ceiling. Door locked. Teleporter pad activated. Telepater. Trinkets. Alrighty. So, that brings us to the end of this playthrough. So, I guess that was as good a place as any to stop. So either my disc is still too dirty or too messed up to continue. The unfortunate thing is I hadn't reached a save point yet, so I'm going to have to do all that over again. That being said, I thoroughly enjoyed my playthrough so far. The combat is really easy to get a grip on. Being able to aim your weapon, decapitate the enemies so that they can't see you, take their arms off so that they can't hit you. I think when you're fighting certain enemies later on in the game, it'll, picking and choosing exactly where you're attacking the enemies will come in handy. I came through a door and there were 3 enemies there, and if you don't move and position yourself appropriately, you can get overwhelmed very quickly. The exploration part of it is, like I said, very Resident Evil style. Obviously, you're in a mansion. There's things that you can pick up and place. There's things that you read in one room that'll come in handy in another room. If you enjoy that style of game, you'll enjoy this part of it. Pretty easy to pick up. The graphics aren't that bad for an older game. Hopefully you can find a copy that's in better condition than mine, because obviously my game just locked up on me, said the disc can't be read. It may be one of those situations where if I open and close it, it might start reading it and move past this. That's what I'm going to hope, but would I say that this game's worth collecting? So I paid, like I said, I paid the loose price for it. It's running about $80-$90 right now loose. The scratches on the outside of my disc look cosmetic. Not that they would really affect the gameplay. It could be my GameCube itself is just in bad shape. I might need to find a GameCube cleaner. I might need to take it apart and clean it. I have not done that yet. So, would I pay that price for this again? I think I would. I think this is definitely worth collecting, especially since this is the only place you can play it. I suppose you could get an emulator, but as you know, I'm a purist. I don't like to play emulated games. I think there's nothing wrong with it if you're into that. But I'm a collector. I don't ever plan to sell my collection, so the price isn't really important to me. It's really about the experience. And yeah, I hope I'm able to complete this game. I think that the experience I paid for was totally worth it. So worth collecting? Yes, it is. We're going to see if we can get this to finish booting. But as for today's episode, I'll bid you adieu. Good day.